Here we are at Stretch Lab this morning. We're gonna start your morning off right. This is a place in Cherry Creek I've walked past so many times, and I'm so happy I'm here within these four walls to see what goes on here. And that's why I'm here with my friend Connor Edgehazy today. Okay, Connor, so much goes on here and I'm so excited to get into it. Tell us all about Stretch Lab.
Yes, so Stretch Lab is the largest assisted stretching brand in Colorado in the country.
Wow.
Stretching is super important for everyone to do, whether it's for flexibility, increased mobility, sport, or just everyday lifestyle activities.
Nice.
Yeah, and we use technology and the knowledge of our flexologists to get you your deepest stretch that's specifically catered to your individual needs.
That is so huge. Okay, so the biggest thing for me is that we're catering to our individual needs, which is great. Yeah. And that's where you guys use the system called MAPS. Can you walk me through this here? We did this before we started. Walk me through MAPS and what you found out about me.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, MAPS is our 3D imaging analysis system. Okay. And what it's going to tell us is exactly kind of what areas that we need to focus on when we're stretching on the bench.
Okay.
So today we're definitely kind of focusing on those stretches for skiers and snowboarders.
Yes.
And this is actually a textbook mobility assessment, and you do snowboard or ski, correct?
I do. I'm a big skier, yeah.
So exactly,
you can tell.
Exactly. So it's giving us just kind of a baseline rating then that we will revisit monthly for each of our members.
Okay.
To kind of overall assess progress and performance and where we need to maybe make a few adjustments on the bench.
Okay. So what are you saying mainly here for my mobility?
Yes, definitely. So as you can see, these red areas that are lit up, we really want to focus on those when we are stretching. So for you, as you can kind of see, this is showing up in that hamstring area.
Yes.
It is just showing the posterior chain there.
Okay.
But that could also mean some tightness in those quads. And hamstrings and quads, big muscles that you're going to be using on those slopes.
Sure.
And then as you can see, the left knee is also lit up there.
Yes.
So that could also make me kind of wonder, okay, do we have some calf tightness as well that we need to focus on?
Yeah.
And those three areas are definitely what we see tight when skiers and snowboarders come in.
Makes sense. Yeah. I have a left knee injury, and guys, this is just the beginning, which is so cool. Coming up, we're going to talk all about exactly how they take this MAPS program here, and they, of course, translate it into the stretches that you need to be doing, and we're going to teach you how you can do some of those at home. Thanks for being flexible and sticking with us, guys. Okay, it's not a stretch. Getting limber in the new year, don't worry, we can get you there, I promise. And that's why we are back here this morning at Stretch Lab, and I'm with my friend Connor. Connor, what's up, dog?
Oh yeah, up dog, that's a really good stretch.
Oh, Connor, no. You're amazing. Yeah, she's all about stretching. I love it. Oh my gosh, already getting into it. Okay, Connor. So earlier we talked all about MAPS and how we could get into really looking into what's going on with our bodies, especially as we're going into ski and snowboarding season.
Right.
We determined we have some issues when it comes to my body, when it comes to my knees, my hamstrings. So why don't you walk me through a few stretches that I can do here at Stretch Lab, and maybe the viewers at home can do as well.
Yeah, definitely. So let's have you lay on your back here. So from MAPS, I noticed that you have quite a bit of tension in your hamstrings, right? And that is very normal for skiers and snowboarders. Those muscles you're really going to use for stabilizing and kind of going down the slopes.
Okay.
So here we're going to do a good hamstring stretch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
Perfect. And how the viewers at home can easily modify this, just using whatever you have, a band, belt. We have these great stretching straps here.
Okay.
You're just going to easily loop that strap right around that hamstring.
Okay.
And then you're going to control that tension.
Oh.
So just kind of pull towards you until, again, you're feeling that good stretch throughout the hamstring.
That feels amazing.
Perfect.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Perfect.
So that'll be for the hamstring, you said.
Exactly. So then the next one I really like to focus on is a little bit of those calves.
Okay.
So I'm just going to bring the angle of the leg down slightly just to take it out of that hamstring.
Sure.
And then pushing that foot back towards you.
Okay.
Now, because of the way that like the angles of the bindings of your boots and stuff for your calves are always turned on while you're on the slopes.
Yeah, it's the worst.
So making sure that these are lubricated and ready to go is going to be important. So you're just really pushing that foot towards you here.
Okay.
And we want to make sure to hit all angles because again, you're going in and out throughout.
Yes.
So you can easily turn that foot.
Okay.
Push it back.
That
And
feels great.
the other way as well. Just targeting a little bit more of that inside and outside.
Okay.
Same thing, using that same apparatus that you have at home.
Sure.
You're just gonna then though put that loop around your foot so you have a little bit more support.
Yes.
Grab onto the straps there.
Okay.
And gently pull that foot towards you.
Wow, that feels really good,
Yeah.
you guys.
And then you can do that same thing, just changing that angle a little bit.
Yes, and I know that for all the skiers and snowboarders at home, especially when you have that foot in that boot all day long, it does just completely burn those calves.
Yeah.
So this is great.
This is one area we really do not want to neglect when you're on the slopes.
Okay,
for sure.
perfect.
Great, and the last stretch I'm going to show you is those quads.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you go on your side for me.
Okay, let's flip over, team.
So one way here, I'm just going to have you bend this top leg.
Okay.
And then what I'm going to do is just kind of stabilize that hip. And then I'm really just going to kind of bend that leg a little bit, trying to get that foot as close as I can towards your glutes.
Wow.
And everyone's body's different, so you might
Sure.
have to do a little bit of adjustments.
Okay.
But this is a really good one to target those quads, because when you're skiing or snowboarding, you're never going to see anyone standing straight up.
No,
So
that's true.
those quads are always locked in and activated, so we definitely need to make sure the tension is there.
Wow.
One way to definitely modify that is at home. You can easily just reach back with your hand,
Okay.
grab that foot. Might be a little bit harder, as
Yeah.
I can tell there. No problem. That's where your apparatus comes in.
Okay.
I love using those. Just kind of slipping around the foot, and then you can control that tension as well.
Oh my gosh, and it feels so good, you guys. Oh my goodness, I could stay here and stretch all day, seriously. So when it comes to doing these stretches, Connor, would you recommend doing these before skiing and snowboarding or after?
That's a great question. I would say honestly both.
Okay.
But if you really want to pick one, definitely before, because we want to make sure that when we are on the slopes or anything like that, when you start to stretch now, it's going to help prevent any injuries later. So
Okay.
making sure everything is lubricated, activated, and ready to go, I would definitely say probably beforehand.
Okay, that sounds wonderful. I'm gonna sit up. I love talking to you while laying down, but just so that we're on the same level. Okay, so you were telling me earlier too that this is something that you love to do. You're very passionate about this. Why do you think, again, it's just so important for us to make sure that we're stretching, we're keeping our, like you said, body is lubricated and ready to go?
Yeah, I mean, the most important thing is just that stretching is for everyone.
Yes.
And it's not just for if you play a sport or anything like that. It's for simply playing with your grandkids or moving out throughout the body throughout every single day, getting out of bed without any pain. So just kind of keeping those areas nice and loose is going to be the main reason for that.
Amazing. Well, Connor, thank you so much. I feel so great, and I'm actually going to have Connor get my left side because I'm like all good on the right side now, right?
Yes.
But seriously, Stretch Lab, it seems like you guys do such a great job at making sure, like you said, longevity, health, we are just really ensuring that we are doing our best to, stay active as long as we possibly can. So thank you again for having me here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And guys, I want to tell you all about Stretch Lab because I promise you're going to want to check this out. They have locations all across Colorado, so don't worry if you can't come here to the Cherry Creek location. I promise you can find one near you. Stretch Lab has a few convenient locations. If you want to practice more stretches and want help going through them, you can head to stretchlab.com to find the nearest location to you.